Hello there everyone, this is part 2 of my sketchbook tour, and I decided to make it because the last video performed really well and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So in this video I will be showing you the rest of my sketchbook and all the drawings which I made when I was first starting out in this journey. So in the last video we stopped at this illustration of the protagonist from Innocent, which is a really phenomenal manga series. I really recommend that you give it a read if you are into reading comics. But anyways, we'll be proceeding further with the next drawing, which is a drawing of Kakashi from Naruto. I remember that I used a bunch of different mediums for it. So firstly, all of the black parts you see are done with a brush, and basically it's an ink wash, what you would call, and then I diluted the ink and proceeded with drawing all of these gray parts to create the effect of rain. And for those white highlights, I used a white gel pen. I didn't even know these used to exist, but it's a really great tool for adding highlights to your drawings. And right beside here we have another drawing of Miyamoto Musashi from Vagabond. All of the cross-hatching work you see in this drawing is what really makes it special and makes it just come to life. Let's see, what do we have up next? This is Manji from Blade of the Immortal, which is really underrated manga and anime series. I guess there are actually two anime adaptations for this one, but I only got around to watching the first one and it was phenomenal. So I really recommend watching this, and if any of you have watched the second version, then do let me know in the comments if it is worth getting into. But here is a practice drawing which I just drew for fun. Next up we have a scene from Ratatouille. This is the restaurant that he works at. I guess Gustav's is what is its name. Yeah, I would like to give a disclaimer that I probably haven't discovered fine liners yet while I was making drawings of the sketchbook, but that's actually a good thing because I was able to still draw very well with ordinary pens. This is one of my very favorite illustrations which I made for a webcomic. It was supposed to be a part of a page where this girl basically is sitting in a plane and she freaks out after looking out of the window, and the joke is what is she pointing at? If you guess that she's pointing at One Punch Man over here, you are mistaken, because that's just a sticker that she stuck to the window. If you look carefully, you could see the boundary over here, and she's actually pointing to the penguins. I don't really remember what was the premise of this scene, but I just thought it was fun to add it in there. I never got around to finishing that webcomic. It was the second chapter, I guess. Let me know if you'd like to see what my webcomic was about. Here's a drawing of Light Yagami in watercolors, and I used a ballpoint pen for adding all of those highlights, which you can see, and yeah, it looks pretty dope, I would say. Next is the protagonist from Platinum End. It is a manga series by the authors of Death Note. I guess the author just loves to draw the same character for all of his works because all his protagonists look practically the same. But this one does have amazing artwork, so I think they should really make an anime adaptation for it. But it has been a long time since I read it, so I don't know. Here's another watercolor drawing, and I just couldn't help myself from using a pen over it. I'm not sure if conventionally you're supposed to do this. Like, did Picasso ever use a pen over his paintings? Did Leonardo da Vinci use it? Well, let me know in the comments, because I have no idea about the conventional method. I ended up discovering all the techniques on my own. This is a very recognizable character, isn't it? I've kind of spoiled it for you guys, I guess, for anybody who doesn't know. But this was drawn using dip pens, and I was really proud of this one, like the way that it turned out, because it was a very quick sketch and was supposed to just be a practice drawing, but it turned out pretty good. So I guess I decided to draw the full picture. Maybe there's a drawing up ahead. This is Gintaki again, from Gintama. I really don't understand why I'm not able to draw his face well. I really need to practice drawing Gintaki's face. What do you guys think? Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. I did end up drawing the whole picture, where I got the eye from, so I guess it was just this part, and then I drew the whole thing with the same ballpoint pen again. No, with the same dip pen again. So yeah, this is just a landscape drawing. I really loved sketching landscapes because there are many different ways in which you can add texture to buildings and bridges and stuff, and it's really fun to draw these little details over and over again. Some people might find it tedious, but if you're really focused when you are drawing and you are in a flow state, it is very relaxing to even draw the same thing over and over again. I really love landscape drawings, and I think I should get around to making more of them. Here's a page filled with practice work. I used to practice a lot, actually, just drawing crap like this, which is not supposed to be pretty at all. But it's just some crap work you do to practice, you know, to test the limits of your abilities, if you will. Oh, this is a fun little drawing I made for Inktober, and I remember the story behind it. It is that I really wanted to post it on the day of the prompt, but I was not able to finish all of this background part, which is all black because it's a night sky with stars. So I just decided to fill it with a bunch of black dots and then just edit the picture. So yeah, I used to love cheating in Inktober back in the day, I guess. This is still a good drawing though, and I wish I didn't really ruin it, but maybe I could still fix it. Yeah, I guess I should still go around to fixing it. I'll put up a picture on the screen to show you what the edited version looked like, but yeah, let me know if I should complete this one. Oh, this is one of my very favorite watercolor drawings that I found on Instagram, I guess. I will put up a post on the screen, and yeah, it was really one of those drawings that got me into drawing with watercolors, because otherwise I couldn't care less about drawing with brushes and stuff. Much more time consuming than drawing with a pen, so I never got around to finishing it, but I guess I will complete it someday, in the future. And here's another incomplete drawing. I was practicing 4-point perspective when I drew this. Never got around to finishing it, but you can sort of see that everything in the drawing is sort of curved, and it looks almost like the whole image is warped around a sphere, and that's the whole idea of 4-point perspective. It was supposed to be another scene from my webcomic, so yeah. This was a drawing of Toby from Naruto, which was, I guess, ruined because I made another drawing on the page behind, and some of my friends just fucked it up and fucked this one up as well. Anyways, here we have, oh, hello there, it's Mr. Johan again. This time drawn with a dip pen, so I still didn't have any fine liners, but I guess I did have a dip pen with me, which was very useful, probably more useful than a fine liner. All of the shading part, which you can see over here, is actually done with a ballpoint pen. I really had no idea what I was doing back in the day, so yeah. Next we have Tom Riddle from Harry Potter, or the Young Voldemort, for those of you who haven't watched it, but yeah, this was a pretty good drawing until I decided to color it using some crappy color pencils. I had no idea about Prismacolor, so yeah, it was destined to look like shit. And here's a practice drawing. If I remember correctly, this was drawn by a friend of mine, and yeah, it's pretty good for somebody who doesn't really draw that much. Oh, and we are on to the end of the sketchbook. Here is a drawing of Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro. That's such a weird name, and I never really watched that movie, but I really thought it was a fun character to draw, so I drew it anyway. And this is the very last page of my sketchbook, and yeah, it says Beyond here, which I use as my pen name over the internet, so I just decided to draw the image of Light Yagami literally bleeding to death. Yeah, so basically this was my very first sketchbook, and all the fun little drawings that I made when I was just starting out. Let me know if you enjoyed watching this sketchbook tour, and maybe I should make more sketchbook tours because I have a bunch of these lying around now. You can notice that most of these were pen and ink drawings, and I even took a very long time to draw when I was first starting out because I really didn't know any proper technique, and I lagged, and I just had no practice. But this goes to show that anybody could learn to draw, and all you have to do is just put in the work. So if you are someone who is an aspiring artist, then even if you're a beginner, I would say that you should not hesitate from just practicing and drawing whatever you want. So what is it that you want to create? You know, ask yourself, what is it that you would want to draw? And even if it's a complete failure, like even if it's something just mundane like this crappy drawing of a tree, every drawing that you make is a step in the right direction, and you're just making progress all along. So I really don't think there are any mistakes in art. It's just that you keep on improving and learning. But yeah, this was the sketchbook tour of my very first sketchbook, and I really hope this video inspires you to start your drawing journey, or maybe if you've never tried drawing in pen and ink, then to give it a try for yourself. So yeah, that's it for this video, and do subscribe because I will be posting lots of drawing videos and tutorials in the future. So I would really appreciate your support in growing this new channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.